half.
2
2 3/4.
2 1/4.
We're actually live now, so thank you very much. But okay.
You want them to see the real us. This is it.
No, I don't. So yeah, hey, if you're wow, that was loud. Apparently, somebody has us on in the background. I'm looking at you, Ray. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It was me.
Oh.
But
Words.
shut up. Your character lies within my hands, life and death.
Oh, my hands right now.
Anyway, yeah, this has been a while since I've done this. Not DM, but do this on stream. So yeah, it's kind of a new for all of us, I think.
Yes.
Newish. Terrace is old hat at this.
Terrace is the only one.
Or like Terrace?
Terrace is used to me going, speak up.
I try.
I know you do. But anyway, yeah. So if you're watching this for the first time, we appreciate you being here. We're just here to play games. We're just here to play D&D, have fun, and I like to show off my players. So that's why we're doing this. So yeah, everything is so loud right now. We have a player in training as well at the table, so that was perfect. That was perfect, little man. But yeah, going around the table, we have Christy, Leif, hello, Terrace, Angela, Heather, Ray, and little guy, Leif.
Little baby Ralph.
No, he's not Ralph. He's Leif. Should have asked if you wanted me to say your child's name on internet. I apologize. Too late now.
Yeah, too late now.
His name is actually not that. It is.
It is Ralph.
It is not Ralph. Gosh, you've never asked me why I opposed to that. Next door neighbor named Ralph. We'd always go Ralph.
But how he got his name makes it so much better. Because that means he's forever bonded to me.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't think he was going to have a choice.
No,
He
he
was like
doesn't,
considering you just are like, hi, friends now.
You are my nephew.
I will buy your love.
Can't wait till he's old enough to go no.
Do not say no to me. I will teach you all the things your parents will not.
No.
Anyways, what we're all right. Y'all ready? So I'm ready. So let's get started.
I'm getting cold feet.
You shouldn't because you're already here, and if you back out now, I'll hunt you down. Oh goodness! You need to stop making cute noises because I'm gonna pay more attention to you than the game.
No hiccups.
Where are my messages? Because I have it attached.
Where's my iPad?
Yours is in technical difficulties like mine.
I was like, I
So we
brought
did have
the sticker.
technical difficulties earlier, so I
That's
apologize
right.
for that.
Next time. I added a new sticker to mine.
Our story starts out in Neverwinter, also known as the City of Skilled Hands and the Jewel of the North. For a long time, it was known as a bustling, cultured, and cosmopolitan city that was in the northwest of Faerun. And then the cataclysm happened, there was a spell plague, and then there was a large rift that was torn in the middle of Neverwinter, and all sorts of things that you can imagine that were evil and vile came out of this rift. They built a wall around it for the longest time, trying to keep it out, and that's how certain factions that you will find in Neverwinter were born. If you look at a map of Neverwinter, you'll see the Protector's Enclave. Now, that was formed to protect the people from the chasm, which is now known as the Chasm District. Lots of tent homes and lots of makeshift houses that people have reclaimed. They sealed the rift, the chasm, with powerful magic, and have reclaimed it for Neverwinter. So Neverwinter is slowly but steadily building its way back, being the jewel of Faerun, jewel of the North. It is home to many type of people. It's very much a melting pot. You'll find elves, dwarves, orcs, half-orcs, human, and tiefling alike there. Is known as home or a home base to some great adventurers. You know that Drizzt Do'Urden has been known to have a home base there, as well as his company. And there's just Neverwinter is just an amazing place altogether. And this is where you all are. You have your different reasons for being there. But I think we're going to start. Where do you think your character would be, Christy? Right
Probably-
now.
At the bottom.
Hold on.
I figured like somewhere like a public like meeting place, trying to find like get my bearings to
Sure.
as I'm like looking around. I know we talked about me trying to
is
find
Close to.
visit.
It's. So I apologize. It's mid-morning.
Okay.
Yeah. Very busy in some of the marketplaces.
I probably just got out of bed.
Yeah. I like it.
Should I stroll around?
Okay. As you're strolling around, you just got to Neverwinter not long ago, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Any particular reasoning for being here, or that you would like to share, or just?
Decided to branch out on my own. You
Very
know,
nice.
I decided it was time to see more of the world. Of course,
And
there
more of
are
the
other
world
reasons.
is definitely what you would see here. It's a port city as well, so you have your choices. Port city. You can take a boat, see the Moonshay Isles if you so choose. You can. There's multiple different things that you can go, different ways you can go from here, and you've been told so. But it is about that time you see a younger dwarf, dressed in leathers, and you do see a hand axe on his left hip and a battle axe on his back. So he looks like an adventurer, but he has parchments that he's handing out to anybody that to different people, and he'll hold them back from some, and he'll readily give them to others. Make a perception check. First roll of the game.
First roll.
Drum roll.
You got this.
It's an 8.
Plus anything?
That was with the +4.
Nice
start.
jail early in the game.
You guys see exactly what I just described to you.
He might be a dwarf.
You know, I'm
But-
still waking up. It was a rough night for me.
That's all right. Yeah. Rough night or a good night? You
Yep,
know,
same
throwing them
thing.
back.
Yes.
Rough, or is it the same thing?
Same thing.
Okay.
You know, celebrating freedom because like there's alcohol.
There's no readily
Take
here.
the most of it.
Very good. As you're standing there, you notice him, and all of a sudden he walks up to you and goes, "Hey, you look like you like a good adventure." He goes, "Here, that's for my uncle. It's just a caravan down to Phandelver. All you have to do is escort, and you make 10 gold. It's nothing to sneeze at." And and he looks at you and goes, "Hope to see you there." Hey, you! And he starts walking off, trying to catch up with the next adventuring type.
Okay.
And then he walks off, and he kind of disappears into the crowd. And you look at it, and it's a handwritten piece of parchment, and it definitely, whoever wrote it could use some help in their spelling, but it
I was
looks.
gonna say I'm impressed they could write.
Yeah, right. I mean, what are you saying about dwarves? No, I'm kidding.
It's a picture of a van and people
Like,
following it.
Little dotted trail to the X. Like,
Actually, it says seeking adventurers to, and it's spelled different in common. But what languages do you read?
Common, Elvish, Beast, and Uncommon, and then
Everybody loves that undercommon.
I know, and then it was Everskin Finger Talk.
Oh, what is it?
Finger talk?
Everskin Finger Talk.
Okay,
That just
yeah, I like
sounds
that. Yeah.
wrong.
I know, right?
That's why I picked it.
So anyway,
I spelled it out. Went,
Yes.
I don't know. You can't read it. You would probably be able to recognize it though. There is dwarvish underneath, and it looks flawless. It looks very nice. But in common, you can make out that there's a gentleman named Gundren Rockseeker that is looking for to hire certain adventurers or people of certain ilk to escort a wagon of goods to Phandelver. To Phandalver. Apologize. And this presents itself as a good opportunity to make some gold, maybe.
yeah, like adventure, gold. I'm all for it.
All right. And we're gonna skip over to Terrace. What do you think your character's doing right now? Before we do that, I forgot to ask you. So, what does your character look like?
She is a high elf. She's on the shorter side with dark brown bobbed hair, little pointy ears.
Okay.
Would you like more description?
I mean, like what she's wearing. Anything,
Oh yeah. She's got a mixture of leathers, but you can also tell there's some nicer pieces of like clothes underneath. So
Okay.
you're like, oh, clearly there's some money there, either from family
She's a
or
little trendy.
yeah, she's she's got some nicer clothes on. You're like, oh, this is not like just usual adventuring clothes. This is really too nice, and clearly you have not been out a lot in this. So
She went to Fantasy REI.
Yeah.
She was,
Urban.
yeah.
all the latest.
Thank you, Terrace.
Yeah, probably some inn or tavern near the city gates, or the docks maybe, where he's just people watching, listening to people what they're talking about as they enter
Sure.
the city.
So you would know a couple places near the docks, which is, I'm going to say, we didn't talk about this before, but probably where you are, because that is where the most people are, and there's markets and things like that near the docks. You kind of have your choice. Now you have the Moonstone Mask, which is far out of your most people's price range.
Wow.
But you've got Beached Leviathan, which is a ship that has been beached, of course, and the captain has turned it into a tavern and restaurant. So, tavern and a inn with good food and everything in it. You can see every port window lit up in it. So there are rooms in the mid deck. The restaurant is in the lower deck, and having been here a while now, am I correct?
Yes.
You would know that the top deck is for special occasions. Can be rented for
Weddings.
a good amount of money.
No, that's what people always go
But also, if you really want a special occasion, you can rent the captain's quarters, which is a
Oh.
private room.
Oh no.
Rent for a good time.
No, it's a private room for dinner, not the actual quarters. I heard that down there. And they also have the Driftwood Tavern. So you have your choice. What do you think? Where do you think he would probably be?
Oh, probably the Beach
In the
Leviathan.
captain's quarter.
The Leviathan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stumbling up. Well, that was a good night.
That's the place new people always want to go and check out. Yeah. That's where he gets all the good stories from.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so that's pretty much it. You'd be at the Beach Leviathan then?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see something here then. I apologize. My notes just went away on my computer.
You can do this from memory, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you're staying there, then you should know that the Leviathan was an infamous pirate vessel at one time, and it prowled up and down the Sword Coast, and it actually was infamous for striking terror into those that crossed its path. The Leviathan's captain, Herrig, he was a fearsome foe to anyone that met him at sea, and actually no sailors felt their treasure was safe. No sailors felt their treasure was safe while he was out hunting on the Sea of Swords. Now, sometimes after the eruption of Mount Hotenow, which is part of the spell plague and part of the chasm opening up in the middle of Neverwinter, which actually that eruption was what opened up the chasm. The Leviathan ran aground in northern Neverwinter and punctured its hull. Rather than abandon his ship, Herrick stayed with it, even if while it was beached, and the city's docks were rebuilt around the ship, part of the general reconstruction efforts of the time, because of the chasm opening up. Herrick oversaw the ship's conversion from a wreck into a thriving inn and tavern. So, more than likely, if you're here, you got a little gold on you. Not like you're not like in danger of outing yourself as being rich, but you got a little gold on you. You're probably looking at, I think, something like this would be for room and board for one night. You're probably looking at a gold and a half.
Okay.
1 gold and 5 silver, and that's room and board.
Yeah.
So, you already gave it up. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Very nice.
I got that.
So room and board, like I said, is a gold and 5 silver. There's always music, or a bard, or some kind of performance art going on. Most of the time, it is a bard that is either telling stories, poetry, or playing a lute. Or very rarely do they have a band, but that has happened before. But the food is more than adequate. It's very good, and that is where most of the patrons can be found. If they're not in the room, they're definitely in the tavern area, either drinking or eating or laughing or gossiping. To be honest with you, what's he doing right now?
He's probably found somebody that's new in town and is just listening to their story about their journey here.
Okay. You do know that there is a young tiefling woman, and she is sitting by herself. But you've introduced yourself before, and she nods to you, and she's just wearing a simple dress, and sits at a table by herself, and orders a glass of wine and just something to nibble on, some cheese and bread. And she's just listening to the music. Are you approaching her?
Sure, if I've met her before and we've talked before.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot I was on camera too. I was like,
Are you making faces?
and she just gestures to the seat and she goes, "Have a seat. It's good to see you again." And she sits back, much like I'm doing now, with arms crossed, listening. And she goes, "So, how's your night?"
It's night, not mid
I
morning.
mean, morning.
I
was your night,
was gonna
actually?
say, I was like, that's cool.
How was your night?
Not too bad.
In morning?
Still happening.
Yeah, I understand. Um, and you know her name to be Talisa, and she just not seemingly up for any conversation. She just wants to sit and listen to the music right now. But you're more than welcome company, but she's not really in the mood for talk, it seems. Um, but about that time, your saving grace comes along. It is an older dwarven man. He has actually two braids in his beard, two big old braids with decorative like beads all through them, and metal rings at the bottom, holding it all together. And he walks by and he looks at you and describe yourself for me.
Sure. You see a brow half elf, but he's on the taller side, 6'1", I think. Yeah, 6'1".
6'1", half drow.
Yes. Uh, Longer black traveling coat, uh, leather, like a leather chest armor. Just like it's nice, but it's also a bit dirty. So it's nicer quality, but but you can tell it's seen some use. And sword on his hip, just casually, just sitting there, and same as her, he respects that she's not in the mood to talk, so he just kind of sits there and enjoys his drink and meal.
He probably knows the sword on your hip. As he walks up, this older dwarven gentleman looks and goes, "Hey!" Bam! He slams a piece of parchment on the table and goes, "Read that!" And he just walks off. And what languages do you speak?
Common, Draconic, and Elvish,
Okay.
and others if needed.
If needed.
I
If
did
needed.
Rosetta
Okay.
Stone.
You notice there is scrawled out common, misspelled words, things like that. But the dwarvish underneath is impeccable. But the common is easy enough to read. Same as she got. Is Gundren Rockseeker is looking for adventuring types or people of certain ilk to come and escort a wagon full of goods to Phandelver. 10 gold. Now, I think you all would know, most of you all would know that um, those that lived on the outskirts, on the outer, a gold sometimes could be a year's wages for some people, and then for some people it's a drop in the bucket. I think you know that 10 gold is nothing to sneeze at, and that's most of you would know that it's not a lot for some, but it helps when you're on the road. It's like somebody says, "Hey, travel with me. I'll give you $10." Done. Nowadays, there's $10 is $10. It's like a gallon of milk, man. But it can seriously be a year's wages for some people as one goal. So,
Peasants.
you high elf. So apparently he liked the way you presented yourself, but Talisa actually looks over and looks at the parchment. He goes, "You're an adventurer."
For 10 gold, I can be. And he'll pick up the flyer and
it does give you directions on where to go.
Yeah. He'll walk out.
All right. She just goes, "Oh, well, goodbye." Goes back to her wine and cheese. Um, Angela, where's your character at right now in Neverwinter?
She is probably just walking around, kind of deep in thought, trying to find her balance at that moment in the morning.
Okay.
She
Shopping.
That's how you find balance.
Yeah, I was
Go
like,
shopping.
oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
I like it. Okay. And where do you think she would be in Neverwinter? I probably should have given you all a map, but it's Neverwinter's kind of a circle. The docks are over here. The rift, the chasm is here. Everything here is the Protector's Enclave that heavily policed. You know, most people feel really safe there, and then you have your different places through that you can go, markets, inns, taverns, things like that. Neverwinter Academy used to be here. A lot of different things.
she's probably in the outskirts, not per se in the slums, but not really in the high high elf approved areas. She's feels a little more comfortable, kind of away from
The
the bustle and all the people, and just kind of being with herself and being with other people that are not as well off. So
and as you're kind of mingling, there you would probably be in one of the lower markets. A lot of, I guess you could say, a lot of produce farmers sell their sell their stuff there. Wow, that was a struggle for me for a little while. A lot of farmers bring their produce and different things in. Their probably some of their livestock into these markets after slaughter, of course. Um, it's loud, not it's louder than most markets because gotta get those customers in. Probably
it's a
little
familiar loud.
smellier,
Yeah.
some flies and things like that because there is raw meat laying around some places, and some of the fruit might have gone bad or vegetables, but it's not nasty, but it's still kind of like those of a higher upbringing or a higher tax bracket, I guess you could say, would go, "Oh, I'm not going there."
No.
You don't know that. Oop, and I just kicked a tripod. Oops. But yes, and as you're walking around and probably snacking on something that you bought, you don't know quite what it is, but it is
Edible?
It's edible. It's fire. It's meat that's been over the fire for a little bit.
That's
So at least
where
there's
we're at.
that.
So all the germs are at least
Yeah,
dead.
that
Yeah,
tastes pretty good.
Just extra protein at
I
this
don't know
point.
if it was a lizard or if it was chicken or what, but it all tastes pretty good. I mean, there's enough spices on it to get your mind off things.
Fair.
A young girl, we'll say, can't really tell how old she is, but a dwarven shield maiden walks up to you. Now she's more than a shield maiden. Looks to be a warrior herself. She does carry a large shield on her back. You see a mace that's hanging from her belt. Large spiked mace, not one of the knots on it, but and as you get a closer look, as she approaches you, and she's not making a secret about it, she's approaching you. You do see a scar that runs down her face like that. She walks up to you. You see her reddish blonde hair is pulled back into a ponytail that's coming out of her head cover and on her cloak. And she looks up and she goes, "So you're from across the way?" And she just shoves the parchment out. She goes, "I think you'd be interested." And she goes, "You don't look so tough." And then she just walks off.
I give her a very nice and sincere grin.
Oh, she's got her back too. She's
No, I
walking
know.
from you.
This is sentiment that counts.
But she, and on the parchment, it does say the same thing. It looks to be dwarvish at the bottom, and it looks very, uh, like I said, it's immaculate writing, but the common, of course, could use some help. The Gundar, so, Rockseeker is looking for adventurers or people of certain ilk to come help him escort a wagon full of goods to Phandelver for 10 gold. Now, sometimes when you're traveling, gold is, or coin, money is hard to come by. So every little bit helps. Is it something that you'd be interested in? And once again, what is your character? Did we describe your character?
Nara is about 5'4".
Mm-hmm.
She has kind of black, inky hair with purple streaks. She has color skin. She has skin. It's a color.
Skin is important.
Mine didn't translate
I guess
over.
not. I think she has like maple, like coppery maple, because not pasty white, but I had to give myself a tan in some reality.
Lord have mercy.
But she has kind of like that coppery maple skin with crisp green eyes and just the look of existing.
Okay. I'm here.
Like the girl next door kind of look, but
Sure.
yeah.
I like it. Okay. Are you making your way to the directions that are on the parchment, or are you going to pass on this?
I'm gonna go,
Okay.
but I'm gonna.
Thank God, because we got to kick you off the table.
I know, it's like, what's going on? You're like, I'm back.
Yeah. Can you come back when there's something up there? Yeah, I make my way slowly, but I make my way.
Back when there's a better paying job.
Heather,
Hi.
hi. Where do you think your character would be right
She would probably be in a market somewhere looking at vegetables.
Yeah.
Thanks for adding the vegetables because plants and mushrooms.
Yeah. Plants and mushrooms and vegetables and teas and different things like that.
Anything that came out of the ground.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. And anything in particular, like that she's just walking around?
She's just walking around.
Okay. Not looking. You're not looking to buy. Just
Yeah.
check anything out. Okay. Being mid morning, being in the market area, probably the same area as these two. That's where you're going to find a lot of the things that you're interested in, and interested in doing. You do know that it takes a little change to make a little change. So that'd probably be a little bit of a what's the word I'm looking for? A push for you to see how much things are, the cost and everything. And just when you're getting lost in these, you hear from behind you, "Hey, you ready?"
Ready?
Yeah. What do you want to do? And it's your friend.
Patrick.
You want to call him Patrick?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll call him
It's
Patrick.
your half-orc escort friend and part-time bodyguard, Patrick. Large half-orc, carries a great sword on his back. Always looking around, and is very fond of you in a little sister kind of way. And has always watched out for you ever since you gave him some aid one day. He's like, well, I mean, I'm bored. Is what he says to you. Can we go to a blacksmith shop? Something. Tired of looking at mushrooms.
Fine, we'll go to the blacksmith shop for 5 minutes.
Whatever. And he's like, look at your mushrooms. And about that time, you see it's a young, for a dwarf, slender young man, young dwarf, and he walks up to you, and he has a bandolier with just daggers all down it. He is working on his beard at this point, but is you can tell he's just hit um, adulthood, and he's working on that big burly dwarf beard. But he's got a shock of red hair that kind of sticks up, and the rest of it shaved. So like he's kind of got like a sideways faux hawk thing going on. And he walks up to you and goes, not to you, he actually bypasses you. And goes to Patrick and goes, "Hey, I think I've got something for you." And he pulls out the piece of paper, and Patrick takes it and goes, "Here," and hands it to you. He's like, "I don't like to read."
Ooh, what's this?
And on it, in Dwarvish, do you read Dwarvish?
I do not. I'm sorry.
That is something you can do. You can learn the different language as well as we go along. He it says in common that Gunner Rock Seekers is seeking adventurers or people of a certain ilk to escort a wagon full of goods to Phandelver, and it pays 10 gold. And you see Patrick, as you're reading, it's Patrick person goes, 10 gold? Is that for each of us, or do we have to share? Well, does it say?
It doesn't say here. Is it 10 gold per person or 10 gold total?
Who are you asking?
The dwarf.
Oh, he was saying because I don't know. I got paid just to do this. So if you're curious, you should follow the directions on the.
What do you think,
paper.
Patrick?
Let's go. I mean, 5 or 10, either way, it's gold. Gold's gold.
Okay, let's go.
And he kind of, the entire time, you see that he's had a dagger palmed and pointed almost like he's going to throw it at the dwarf for just even approaching.
Nice,
I don't know. He just walks on.
We can stop by the blacksmith on the way there.
Okay. So, what does your character look like, by the way?
So I'm a halfling.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm only 3 feet and 4 inches tall, which is a little bit tall. She has auburn hair.
Okay.
And she has leather armor on and like a whole bunch of belts and stuff with like files hanging off or like tools and all these different things. And then she's got this big old square box on her back that she carries around.
Okay. As I said, Patrick is a half orc. Seems to have more human than orc for some reason. He does have tusks, but they're a little bit smaller. He's about 6'2". Big dude. But I didn't know if that was you or your son at that point.
Sorry.
No, it's great. It's just like wow. Just kind of like piecemeal leathers, like some of it's worn, some of it like he just replaces what gets worn out, and sews it on. So and just regular old explorer, a backpack on or a pack, everything's rolled up. And usually, what you can't carry, he'll carry for you. And he just follows you on out. Every once in a while, he get annoyed because your little legs don't go as quick as he can. But,
I just pick her up and like
I
throw
have
him
to
on her
practice
shoulder.
it
Like,
right.
yes. By one hand and puts her up there.
You have to walk slow. I have to practically run to keep up.
And then he just grabs you, pulls you up on his shoulders, and go on. Great.
Yes.
What do you think your character would be right now?
He would probably try to find a quieter place, like basically a place with a tree. That's what he's looking for. Look for a tree where he can sit and he can read, jot down notes and
Sure.
himself. practice waving his hands and saying.
And before I forget, like I've done every time now, what does he look like?
So he has pale skin, pointed ears. He has the sides of his head his head is shaved, but he has a thick shock of black hair on top. That he tends to keep in a short ponytail,
Okay.
and he is a little bulkier than most elves, but uh, he's also about 6 foot tall. He wears civilian clothes. He doesn't wear any armor. He looks like a rather average person, except for the well kept rapier on his head.
Okay. Well, two places you can be that are going to be quiet. It's probably the Blue Lake District near the lake, or Never Death Graveyard.
Definitely choose the
Never the lake. Okay. So you're across the river in the kind of the bougie part of town.
one. He's not staying there.
Yeah, no, he's just
squatting there.
Yeah, he's squatting there. There you go.
He knows what's up.
You're actually near in the Blue Lake District. You're near Castle Never, which is a huge, beautiful castle, and that's where the ruler's supposed to be. But you know that there's a little political turmoil going on in Neverwinter. They have people to rule, but nobody to really rule so far. But the lake is beautiful, calm. It's getting more beautiful by the day because there is a guild that's restoring it, and it's looking real good. It's very quiet there.
Perfect.
And every once in a while you'll see. Actually, let's make the roll second roll.
Sure.
Let's roll percentile dice. Because in the middle of you standing there or sitting, you have a little something scrawled down, and you say a few words that you don't really know what they mean, and you wave your hand, and what did you get?
55.
You see a small spark, and it erupts from your hand.
He is elated. He goes and he looks around, and there's nobody, and so he just goes.
Over time, can you do it? What does it sound like again?
You heard me. But he's very excited, and there's literally nobody within like a couple 100 feet of him, and he's just like.
Except for the one guy that's behind you, goes, "Are you all right?"
Did you see that?
I saw that. Impressive.
It really happened.
It really happened. You might be able to light my pipe with that. And it's an older dwarven guy. You can even actually see gray in his beard. Yeah, he's old, and but he's still stout. He's got a road map of a face that you can see through his beard, and you can't tell what are wrinkles or what are scars. And he has a short sword on his left hip and a battle axe on his back. And he looks at you and goes, "I saw that. As I said, you may light my pipe one day with that, but seems you got you big for an elf." And looks at you, says that and goes, "Make some gold."
Love gold.
And he pulls out a piece of paper and hands it to you and goes, "Meet us there." And he just walks off.
Have my word.
"I don't need your word, just need you there." He just keeps on going.
He'll just kind of almost like nod, like
Okay.
he doesn't know what the proper response is, and he'll open up the parchment.
And then you see Flawless Dwarven at the bottom. Can't really read it, I assume. Yeah.
I feel like we
Cannot
should
read
learn
it.
that.
Cannot read it.
Seems kind of
Those
important.
look like words.
Those look like Dwarvish runes. Now, you wouldn't be wrong. But yeah, and in the scrawled, messy comment, it does say that there are rock seekers seeking adventurers or people of certain ilk to come escort a wagon full of goods to Phandelver and for 10 gold.
He's going to study the paper and nod as he reads it. He's going to drop it in his notebook and just say, "Easy money,"
Yeah.
and then sit back down
Very
like he's
good.
not in a rush.
Some time passes as you all are making your way through Neverwinter, through the city, um, and it is it is a pretty day out. Not too hot. It's there's a good breeze going through, and if you really want to see like people watch, this is one of the places to do it. As you're all walking through certain areas, wherever you are, there are just multiple people everywhere. For some of you, that's a good thing, or whatever. It's everyday life. Some of you, it might not be. You never know. But it really towns like this make you feel small, and you can get lost in a crowd easily. So an adventure might be worth taking just to get that knock that dust off of your shoes and get up to see a little more of the world, maybe a smaller town where you can meet a few more people or get some things done. And once again, as I said, you cross the bridge, across the river, and you feel the incredible warmth coming off of this river because um, Neverwinter is always warm, and you know this because of the heat that comes from the river that flows through the center of the city. And you could feel that, and it feels good, almost like a sauna, a very light sauna in the middle when you're getting across that bridge. And then you keep on walking, and people are used to it. It gets a little cooler. You can see almost see steam, but it's just one of those things that you're used to from being here. Um, through everything, Neverwinter is a good it's a good place to be. It could make a good home base to come back to adventuring, whatever suits you the most. But as soon as each of you maybe get lost in your thoughts or decide on something, you realize that you are actually at the front gate to the high road, as where this parchment told you to meet. You see a larger wagon being drawn by two horses, and not small horses either. These are quarter horses. That, Clydesdales that they can really pull some weight on this wagon. And you see several dwarves jumping up and down and tying things down, making sure we got everything. Is the dried meat there? Yeah. Is that a cask of ale? Did you get into it? No, no. I told you no. And they're just dipping underneath the wagon and going over top of it and everything else. And finally, um, all you see is the older dwarf that met you, and he goes, "Didn't need your words. I knew you'd be here." And he keeps on going. He goes, and you see other people show up as well. Some look kind of scraggly. Some look a little shady, and others are, you can tell that they are young adventurers, much like yourselves, but maybe with a little less travel under their belt. And he walks around and kind of takes. It's almost like he's at a cattle market. He's just looking over each one of you, well, looking up at each one of you, except for you, kind of eye to eye with you, looking down a little bit. And he looks at you and goes, "You're going to make gold, eh?"
I was like, and how much gold are we talking about?
10. Says there on the paper. You saw it.
Well, how do you feel about 15?
I feel that 10's quite enough.
Are you sure? Because it sounds like we're going to do quite a trip. It's a long trip.
Well, you haven't been around much, have you? It's not that long of a trip.
I've heard there's plenty of things to watch out for on the way there. I think we
Make
should have
a persuasion roll. Wow. Okay. All right.
Also, right at the beginning.
Oh no! Guess what the DM forgot when he was setting everything up?
His
His
dice.
I'll be right back.
I've got a lot of dice.
because we don't have.
No.
Yeah.
Right,
No.
like, between all of us.
Love you.
We can loan you dice.
Yeah.
No, he has
But it's
this-
not his special DM dice.
Yeah, exactly.
No, special DM
It's
dice
not
gets
his
you
player.
killed.
Yeah, it's not his player.
Special
killer
DM
dice.
dice
Right.
get you killed.
I mean, that's
Right.
true.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's why we're offering you different dice.
I know.
Any dice.
That's why I said no. Oh, how's the DM going to forget his dice?
The technical issues.
Yeah, I was gonna say all the technical issues.
Yeah.
But we will shout him out. Who did it?
It was Otar Wallbringer.
Hi. All right. Oh, that's not good.
Hot dice.
What you got?
14.
He looks at you and he goes, I need to talk to you over there right now. Now. March.
Okay.
He takes a shot from the course and says, hey, listen. I understand what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from. And he looks around and makes sure nobody else is looking or listening. Of course, everybody's looking. He's like, but you can't do that in front of the others. You can't afford to get all these. You can't afford 15 for everybody. But he goes, I'll give you 15 if you go. I'll give you the other 5 when you get. Well, I won't give it to you, but I'll make sure you get it. You're paid upon delivery. You can't keep doing that. Now, learn your place and go back. He says real loud, and he goes, the rest of you be asking for more gold. You know better than that. Gee, I'll save that one. No.
He drops his gold sack.
Free for all. Coins go everywhere.
Yeah. Well, this looks bad. No, and he says, all right. On the wagon. Points to you. Looks at you and goes, are you ready to light my pipe now?
I'd love to give it a go.
Get on the wagon.
And he looks disappointed. He really thought you were going to offer him the pipe.
No.
Just blow the end of it up.
Yeah. We pushed it enough.
Sarcasm, not his strong suit.
Keep forgetting I'm on camera. I'm not used to it.
You look
It's been a while.
Right?
What is it?
Squinting.
So now you see like Ronnie's face getting like
Yeah.
No, I know I yawned. That's real good, isn't it? Real good.
We're all human here.
And he looks. He kind of walks up to you and goes, "Why are you here?"
What do you mean?
You.
Yes. Hi. I would like to go on the adventure, please.
I would like to ride the adult ride at Disney World, please.
You've got to be this tall to ride this ride.
He can't say that.
So you suddenly go
That
on
was
your
the
tippy
most
toes.
horrible way to actually go on an adventure ever. Jeez. And he
This
looks
is
at-
my character, I
and-
promise.
And then you hear Patrick behind you go, "Is that a problem?" And he looks up and goes,
Patrick, be nice.
"No, it's
I-
okay."
I have a question that
What's your
maybe I
question?
should ask over
Is this the group that you got me? He's looking around at this. Just ask your question.
Okay, is it 10 per person or is it 10 total?
Well, I see 2 of you.
Mhm.
Do you share everything?
No.
That's 10 per person.
Awesome. See that? Or I should go make some money.
And you come on. You
I
look
guess
at me.
that means we can get on the wagon. Come on, Patrick.
You don't look mean. You just.
Like, I was told I didn't earlier. Okay, I'm sorry.
You're fine. No, I'm saying you don't. He just picked you. And the rest of you, better luck next time. Honestly, I didn't want. Oh!
We just waved at him as he goes away.
You're going back to the tavern with that old tiefling.
And he looks at you and goes, yeah, definitely you. Because you look like an adventurer to him. Both of you two do. And Patrick. And a little concerned about, I mean, like, he'll voice his concerns. Like, you just hit people with a stick. Okay. That's
Basically.
going to be helpful.
But it's a big stick.
Big stick, yes. I see.
Wait.
All right. Here goes. Each of you are responsible for the goods on this wagon. And you're responsible to get it to Phandelver as quickly as possible. Within reason. Of course, it's going to take a little while. And you have to watch out for bandits on the road. Make sure that nothing gets taken from there. And he kind of pulls the cover back off of the stuff, and he said, "And if you're wondering, it's just tools, mining tools, dried meat, ale, some water, things like that. Nothing that you want to take, because the 10 gold will be worth more than anything you can fill your pockets with here. We pay well for a job well done. If you survive, you get your 10 gold. If you get the stuff there, you get your 10 gold. Hold on. If there's anything missing, then we start deducting gold from everyone. To be fair, your question.
If it's just dried meat and basic tools and stuff, why do you need such a large party?
Well, did you not see the size of the wagon? How much stuff is in there?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, bandits could get that and use it to stock themselves or sell our tools or. Listen, we just need some people to make sure it gets there safe.
Okay, that I understand.
Yep. All right. $10. The owner of Bartha's Provisions.
Dollars.
10 gold.
Like, I'm not
Stop
going to
calling me out. I'm nervous. Okay.
Is the exchange rate?
It's crap.
$10. Bartha's Provisions is where you can pick up your gold when you get there. You have to deliver the wagon safely to that trading post in Phandelver, and you're good to go. All right. Any questions? Oh, thank the gods. All right. Load up. Who's driving?
You have a map?
Well, yeah.
Not it.
The map's in the driver's seat.
Cool. Why not? I'll try.
Oh, perfect, and we all
You're
just
not
get comfortable.
filling me with confidence here, boy.
It's
This
been a
is
while.
like, I'll try. Can you or can you not drive a wagon?
We'll find out.
Wonderful.
I can.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like her to do it?
Sure.
All right. Jump up in there, and once you get into the driver's seat, I want you to make an animal handling check.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Are you going to lose our horses? Before
Oh no.
Before
Well,
we even leave the
maybe.
Yeah, I was like, you're pulling.
Cause a stampede before we even leave town.
Whoops.
18.
You're able to get their attention. They listen pretty well, actually very well. You're not able to make them count or dance or anything, but they will listen to you on the road. There is a map that is rolled up. It is hand-drawn, but it is good. It tells you where to go along the high road out of Neverwinter and how to get to Phandelver. Now, looking at the map, which was going to be a handout, but it was too big to print. Leaving Neverwinter, what you're going to do, he said, okay, there it is. You go past Household, down the high road, past the Mirror of Dead Men,
like a nice place.
beside Thornhole in the sort of mountains, past Waterdeep, down through Daggerford, and then
Not a short journey.
it's not a short journey.
Over the hills, through the
You're
woods,
absolutely
around
correct.
Mirror of
Please.
Dead.
I was like, that's a double. Jeez, it's a short trip. Lies.
It's not that long a trip. Last.
We all should have pushed for 15 gold.
Actually,
I'm just
did I-
happy to
did I- no, there's Luskin. That was way north.
15 and a pair of new boots.
That breaking period is just so rough.
I know. All the dirt that's gonna get on it.
I may have taken you too far. I apologize. Because you need to go on the Tribal Trail.
We have to turn
Not for
around.
Kyle.
Yeah, you got to turn around.
Oh, maybe turn this
Hey,
way.
hey, hey, not my fault.
Infell, Tribal.
She was holding the map upside
I
down
was
the
about to
whole
say.
time.
You are so
Nice.
That's upside down. We go back past
Hey,
everyone.
Hey, hey,
The monk's
I
like,
rolled high.
nobody has to know.
That's to make sure we stay on a road.
Oh, well.
No, it
Rest
wasn't
is
for
on him.
intelligence. It was just for animal handling. So
Wait, hold on.
Which
What's
is
my
wisdom based.
Oh, my intelligent? Yeah, we're now. No, we're good.
Actually, I took
Just
you
don't make me talk
way
to
too
people.
far. I apologize. Because I was going to the other Tribal Trail.
That's
So
You're
we
actually-
have to
Other
turn
Mirror
around.
of Dead People.
Oh,
You're actually
perfect.
only going about, I'm going to say, how big is a hex? It's 5 miles. 10, 15, 20, 25.
my other demons.
About 75 miles from here. By horseback. Or by wagon. And foot. Not too bad.
How far can a horse-drawn cart go in a day?
Week.
That's a good question. Did not expect you to ask that.
That's Google.
Funny enough, it's exactly 75 miles.
So, yeah.
It's an overnight trip. What do you know
Way
about it?
less. But yeah. So you do have your horse in your cart. Some of you can ride in the cart. Some of you can walk along the side.
I'd like to ride.
Do what?
I would like to ride my
Put
tiny
you on the
legs.
back of a horse.
Oh, you're sitting in the passenger seat.
You're beside me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
that's-
hanging off the side like a Just kicking.
No, Patrick makes sure you get in the bench, and he'll just kind of look around like, anybody got a problem with that?
Friendly.
No, he just, he's half horse, so he's kind of threatening anyway.
My character will look him up and down constantly, like measuring him.
Okay.
Good enough.
No.
Are we really Googling how far a horse can go in
Yeah.
a day?
10 miles in a day. So yeah.
So a little over a week.
If
Yeah.
we are going off the Oregon Trail.
Oh, God. That's a dysentery. Are you kidding?
Lord.
The Oregon Trail,
We'll be dead
D&D,
by day
same
3.
thing. We all died this
Yeah.
The Oregon Trail.
classic.
I love it.
That's weird.
I mean, it's a buggy. It's carrying stuff. It's
We're literally playing Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
got it.
Mine's of Oregon Trail.
We got mining supplies.
And no dwarves stopping us. I thought at least some of them would come with us.
At least one.
Right.
I was just like,
Little did he know we are the bandits.
Well, but then we don't get our 10 gold.
but if
But we
he's
have all
having,
this stuff to sell. If we're
Yeah.
the bad guy.
yeah, if I was like, if he's
Swear
more
to
to
God,
pay
if y'all go
10
bad
per
on me.
person, then clearly the contents have to be worth
It's not
more.
gonna be- it's not gonna be good.
So
We could search.
We did only say it's more than we could carry in our pockets.
Little trust
Hey,
for people that
hey,
will
hey,
randomly.
I
big
put
our
a lot of
pockets
thought
are.
into this. In my 75-page backstory, y'all are not getting my character killed, so I have to start all anew.
TPK.
I mean, we could have bags of holding.
Nope, hush your face.
yeah.
I will
You're
eat you off of the
the
front
one
of
that
it.
get no bag of holding.
Then you gotta deal with the half orc.
I'll be fine.
No,
Just
you won't.
barrels and barrels and barrels of like morbid
Forget who
spirits under all
controls
the
the
like.
half-orc.
So are you saying you're part half orc?
No, I'm saying I'm the
Patrick?
DM and I do what I want.
Is this half orc? The DM, I do what I want. My bad.
So,
This is Patrick.
that's what.
That was
Yeah,
my
that was the whole reason for naming the half orc Patrick.
His
No.
last name is the Boulder, by the way.
I'll let you have Patrick.
The boulders conflicted.
All right, let's
Once you
let's
said that
let's
and
stay on
describe,
point
I'm
here.
like,
Because I'm looking up. That is something I'm not very good at. Is distance? You know how long it takes. You can go. Let's see.
Oh, we're not going to go with the Oregon Trail number.
Well, it's
Dysentery.
here.
What do you have?
The player's handbook.
Oh, the more
Doesn't it just
official.
say it in the module?
No,
I'm surprised.
so you have draft horses. They can,
120 feet.
doesn't tell you how far they can go. It's going to take you probably with. You get up at dawn, you travel till dusk. So we're looking at what, 10 hours of travel, at least. So it's going to take you probably not three, but five,
why are we bringing
4
the
to 5
horses? What
days
did
to get there of hard travel. So are you prepared for that?
Can we stop before we?
I mean,
Have we left the village?
No,
yet?
no, you're gearing up.
I grabbed my pack from the tavern I was staying at before we left.
Hold up.
Yeah,
You're right.
I'd like to kind of buy some provisions.
I would think
Meat,
that
salted meat.
you would already had your pack, knowing that you would have
Potentially been
Been
going.
leaving the
be
city.
leaving. Yeah, each of you would be smart enough to carry your gear. Provisions are provided for you
I need to
by
drop
your boss.
a message to be in whatever the fantasy version of the post office is. So send word home.
The post.
Sure, that. That
Okay.
I need to send
Or
word home
pigeon.
that I'm traveling or on the road again.
You know, in Neverwinter, there are several ways to do this. You can do it by messenger, which you don't know if it's ever going to get there. Or you could pay for a paper bird. A paper bird is a magical way of messaging someone, where you write it down, they fold it into a
Paper bird.
paper bird, and it flies to the destination. It does not stop until it gets there. Now, if you were to purchase a paper bird,
I'll just go by messenger.
you sure? Because you don't know if it's going to get there or not.
It's the thought that counted.
Yeah.
As long as you try.
So they're going to charge you 2 gold.
Ooh.
That's to pay for the messenger to go wherever
Well,
he's
how
going.
much is a paper bird? Hold up.
3.
Hey, that's
But that comes with the
That's-
insurance and warranty that it's going to get there.
that's what
Well, not warranty. What is it?
It comes with the tracking number.
That's it.
a tracking ID.
I'm already in work brain apparently. What's the tracking number for the paper bird, please? Thank you.
1. The very first tracking number ever.
It's the first one of the day.
We're so excited you're here.
Messenger it is.
Messenger it is. All right, 2 gold. Did I go over starting gold with you guys?
No.
In
Good.
session
Good.
0.
Need any?
Oh.
Session 0, we should have gone over starting gold. I apologize.
You just told me to roll 4.
Roll for it, yeah.
Let the background
Yeah, usually that's okay, but I want you to start off with a little more than that. So, no, you don't get to just choose. You
dice tell
actually
you
do
what to do.
2d4 times 10. We're going to go with wizard for you, Heather, and do 4d4 times 10.
That's bad.
What'd you get?
It was
2
2 and a
gold?
1.
Yeah.
That's rough.
So it's what? No, 3 times 10.
It's 30.
It's 30 gold.
Oh, I was Tommy's them together for some
What
reason.
was mine?
30.
4d4 times 10. Roll 4d4 4 times, add together and times it by 10.
Okay.
Angela, you get 5d4 5d4 gold. Monks don't carry a lot of money.
5? Oh, D4.
5d4s
I
times nothing.
I rolled mine in
So
session.
you already rolled yours.
Am I blanking or do I just
You
not
are
have a
4d4 times 10 as well.
Thank you.
You are
Pyramid,
4d4
and there's
times 10. Okay, so
Wait,
4d4 times 10, not 44.
I rolled 4 twice.
You do two.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, we're going by class.
You said as well, so I was thinking.
Well, yeah, because she rolled 4d4 and he rolled whatever he rolled.
I'm holding baby. That's my
There you go.
excuse.
All right, so now that you have your starting wealth, I apologize about that. Yeah, everything they do provide provisions for you within reason. It's not going to be you're not going to be eating steak and potatoes every night. It's going to be the equivalent to beef jerky, hard cheese that you have to break some of the mold off of it, crusty bread, things like that. It'll be edible. It'll be probably be pretty good for trail food. Then there's also you have rations in your pack as well. There's going to be dried fruit, nuts, things like that that are there as well. So when you think of food in your rations or when you're traveling, that's more than likely what you're going to get. You don't break out the can of spam and start frying it up or anything like that. Whereas my dad, when we went hunting when I was a young kid, it was always Vienna sausages and crackers, and I was like, Pop, come on, got to do better than this. But yeah, so we've got provisions taken care of. Your message is taken care of. Is there anybody else that needs to do anything before you leave Neverwinter?
I'll drop by home and leave a message that I'm going to be out of town.
You go what?
Drop by my parents' house. And
Oh,
tell them,
yeah,
because I'm from Neverwinter.
You're from Neverwinter, yes.
So drop by, tell them
AFK.
I'm going out of town. I'll be back eventually.
Do you make sure that they're not there when you do it? Or,
Yes.
Okay.
I leave a letter.
You
I leave a letter
I
on the
wanna deal with
counter.
that.
It just says, I got a job.
Hey, I didn't say I live at home. I dropped by my parents' house.
Got you. Got you.
Just to let them know.
Do you stay rent a room at the Leviathan? Or do you have your own place? That's something we did not discuss.
I'll say he rents a room at the
But they would give
just because
you
he travels a lot, so
not much cheaper rate, but they would give you a little bit of a cheaper rate because you live there. And you're guaranteed money. All right.
I'd let them know too that I'm going to be away.
About what?
I'll let the Leviathan know as well that I'm going to be away.
Forward your mail. The older dwarven gentleman walks up right before he leaves. He goes, "Listen, like I said, we've been asked you to bring this wagon load of provisions, and it's now. Has anyone been to Phandelver before?
No.
Just a rough and tumble little settlement, we'll say. Starting out, it's a couple days travel, possibly 4 to 5, depending on weather and everything else. Southeast. Your map is right there. Gundren, very, very excited and secretive about why he wants to take this trip to Phandalin. But the only thing that he would say was that he and his brothers had found something big, and that that's where your 10 gold comes in, because that's a lot of money for just a couple of days and provisions. So,
Is Gundren the guy
oh, he
funding
heads
this?
up this operation.
Gotcha.
I'm just a mouthpiece right now. And he want you just to drop it off at Barthen's Provisions. You get your gold there, and then from there you do what you want. There may be more work in the future. There may not be, depending on what he found and depending on how much gold we make out of it. He set out ahead of you all on horse. I would say about a half a day before you all. All right, and early this morning, so late before it was even light. So he's probably, I'd say, got a half a day on him. He's also with another gentleman, and that man's name is Sildar Hallwinter. And they need to be there. That's his escort. Just like you're this wagon's escort, he wanted an escort as well. He had to take care of some business. That's why he left before you. Otherwise, Gunnar would be with you. So, with that, Gods be with you. Have a safe trip. Maybe I'll see you in Phandelver soon.
Sildar.
Sildar Hallwinter. Sildar Hall Winter. Because I didn't feel like spelling winter. And that's it. He just walks off and he starts heading toward the nearest tavern.
End of session.
And we're done. Y'all would stab me. I would stab myself after getting all the crap that we went through to get this going. We'll just say this: we have a baby that smells like Dr. Pepper.
He's not happy about it.
I do think with you all being loaded up on the wagon, you hear a yeah and a crack of the reins as you get everything going. Would be a excellent spot for us to take a quick break, get some business taken care of our own, and if you're watching, we appreciate you. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. I forgot how to do this. honestly, 5 minutes
Is
is
this being-
fantastic for us.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really
Is
is.
this being saved, like, so people can watch it at a later date?
Who do you think I am? Yes, of course.
Okay. Well,
You don't have to save it.
Actually, Twitch will save it, and I also am recording it.
then I want to go back and read all the comments.
Take 47 psychic
Psychic damage?
Yeah.
You're also supposed to be like, what?
Hold on, I'm immune.
We just started.
I'm immune to all damage.
So, real quick, addressing everything, we had a lot of. This is for all the online people. Y'all don't worry about it. Make notes. Do whatever you want. I understand that some of the volume is not very good. I apologize. But we had some technical difficulties. That's why we were late starting. But hopefully they'll be cleared up by the next time we play, which is in a week. So yeah, if you have to turn it up, let's just turn it up and enjoy. And I'll be adjusting the volume here too. I'm actually paying attention to you guys telling us that you can't hear, and I'm trying to adjust the volume accordingly.
Why don't you scoot your seat
The
over?
microphone.
Oh my!
It's like, we can get closer to it. Hi.
So
How
instead
you
of
doing?
moving your entire seat, you're just
Just lean in.
It was such an easy swivel.
It really, I mean, it was really smooth. I hear.
Wait, are those the new glasses?
Yeah.
They're so pretty.
They
They're
are.
just
They're
like
not
your
scratched. They
old
fit and
ones.
everything. They look exactly like the old ones,
They do.
He's like, and I can see.
and I can see.
And then our wagon crash.
Nope.
Yeah, she's paying attention to everything but the road.
Yeah.
Or
That's
something.
right, right? Like,
And
oh,
then
that's
it's just like Angela in real life.
How did you get a cactus?
Angela.
How is there a cactus? Hold on, let's have more questions.
All right.
Angela,
Really?
really?
The video for the group too. I will do that.
You will do what?
Ted knows. He's looking at the bit rate for the video on the group. Okay. Is it because it looks a little choppy? Is that what you're talking about? Big time egg? No, I'm not.
We're not important enough.
Echo.
I was like, what's egg? Big time egg.
You know, Gen Z lingo. Just hard to
Oh,
get out.
gee.
Oh, you whippersnappers.
I was actually talking to some people that English is not their first language. And they're
Oh,
like,
bless
it was I know. I was like, I feel so sorry for y'all having to learn English like nowadays. I'm like, I don't even know what people are saying half the time. Like, we're too old. I know. We're too old to hang with you like youngins.
When did we get too old?
Mentally,
Are
physically,
you
or
having like
Existential.
crisis
Yeah,
like
I'm
on stream?
Perfect time to have it.
Yeah, we'll work on
Where else
the-
are you
on the
gonna
bit
have
rate later. I tried and it didn't. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Google it
Try.
later.
do we
We
need to
will
talk
Google that ish
slowly
later.
or move slowly?
Is it because of the internet?
Oh, everybody's like, it's really kind of cool. But it's not because it makes for a terrible,
Terrible watch.
I mean,
terrible.
I don't really think we move that much though.
No, not really.
You move more than you think.
Okay, me, yes. Everybody
been
else,
moving
Not
a
no.
lot.
just you.
Yeah, but you've been
Yeah,
moving a
in
lot
and out
off
of frame.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like you're there, then you're gone. You're like, oh, he teleports.
It really is magic.
Magic Man.
It's like, I got one spell down.
That's my John Cena impersonation. You can't see this.
I just did that.
I heard.
I've already told him.
All right, we'll figure it
Yeah.
out later.
He's still pushing on it.
So,
On the road again.
yeah.
Can't wait to get
Sorry, I was
On
doing
the road
something. I
again.
apologize.
Roger, Roger.
So what's that Muppets mean?
As soon as you
Godzo?
crack the reins and you get it, yeah. In the background, you hear somebody go, "Wait, hold up, wait for me, hold on," and you see a human male, and probably in his early to mid 20s, carrying a pack. Easy, easy.
I was like,
Ma'am.
You
are
are
an
an elf.
You're gonna live 3 times as long as.
She's like
Not
"Ooh,
even
has
3
it-
times. 7
Airborne.
Yeah.
our wedding.
Thank you.
I was like, well, I'm not to be here for a long time, just a good time.
Dang.
Savage.
Wait, maybe you're proficient with the women.
That man might have money.
So anyway, he's coming along. He's wearing leathers. You can tell that he's not used to them. They kind of look new. He's wearing a half cape off the back, it's a half cloak. You can tell there's a hood as well. He's wearing it's dark in color. It's like a dark gray. He's also you see that he's like a sandy blonde, good looking fellow. And he's running along. And he has a rapier on his hip, and he is clutching a lute by the neck as he's running. And then he runs and he takes a jump and he lands on his rear end on the back of the cart. And he looks at his lute and he starts tuning it a little bit. It's like, oh, that's good. Thought I damaged it. Well, thanks to the driver for waiting up. Sarcasm. But yes, I thought I'd join along with you. You seem so excited. Well.
And who are you?
Who am I? Listen to him. And who are you, sir?
I'm Zen.
Zen.
Who are you?
Zen, where are you from? No?
You gonna tell us who you are first?
I am just another lowly adventurer waiting for. Alright, I was late. Alright, I overslept. And my name is Finn. Finn Fallon. And I am, we'll say, your entertainment for this long ride.
So he's sitting on the back of the wagon. I'm gonna do the baby for a second.
The baby.
The baby who's very angry. So he's sitting on the back of the wagon, correct?
Correct.
I would like to walk up, grab his ankle, and then stop walking. So the wagon just kind of like scoots out from under him.
So, I'm going to need you to make an attack roll.
Tackle to
Not attack roll, but a.
and do
Strength?
athletics. To like,
Athletics?
It's going to be strength versus his acrobatics. Or
straight
versus
strength
dexterity,
or
because he's going to try to pull his leg away.
Would it be strength?
Instinctively.
Is it did you say it was athletics?
It's not really athletic to just grab somebody's leg. Let's just go straight dex and strength.
Okay. I rolled a 9.
I rolled an 11.
Okay. So I'm
Silvery
gonna,
bars.
13.
are you gonna silvery
I'm gonna
bars?
silvery barb
You're
him.
gonna waste a silvery
Yes,
bars
I
on
am.
me.
My man.
That is a 17.
Can I give the advantage?
I thought you were giving him disadvantage with silvery
I'm
bars.
giving him disadvantage.
Yeah, that's what
Can
I
I
said.
give the advantage on it to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I don't think I'm gonna. Oh,
Cool,
disadvantage
right,
would be
I'll let it
11,
go.
right?
Huh?
If it's disadvantage, it'd be the 11, correct?
Yeah.
So the 17.
No, the 13. It's a 13.
Oh, it was a 13. My fault. 17 plus 1, 18.
18. He's going to do an acrobatic check, see if he can stop from falling on his butt by hopping on one foot.
Okay, that's fine.
Actually, yeah, that's pretty good. That's a dirty 20.
I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm just trying to get him off
And
the
he's going to
wagon.
look at you and go, "Sir, if you would like to keep that hand, I will remove it from my ankle now."
He will let go and he'll say, If you're lying, then they will take it out of our pay.
If I'm lying, they'll probably kill me.
Can I stop the
If you're
wagon?
lying, we'll probably kill you.
Can I stop the wagon and kind of approach the confrontation and talk to the
He
guy?
looks at you and goes, "What can I help you with?"
I'm just curious why you were late. We're not trying to hurt
I
you. We
overslept.
just
I play in most every tavern in Neverwinter, or have played. And with the nightlife comes, well, with my job comes the nightlife, and you know, you know how it is.
that's understandable. I mean,
He looks right at you.
I was like-
Yeah.
but if you overslept, we all got our summons to the.
Granted, I found mine on the ground, but one man's trash is
Oh,
another man's treasure.
let him come.
And
We can use some entertainment, both looks and
Can I
musically.
insight
So
check that playing in being from here? 10.
seems to be telling the truth.
Okay. So, as I said, we're
Besides, if the
We were all at
gray-haired
the-
gentleman with the dwarven gentleman, said no, then I probably wouldn't even be standing here right
that's fair. As I
Are
said,
the
we were
dwarves
just
even still
curious.
around?
now. No,
I was like, they passed. Like he said, he found it on the ground. So
he told me I could join. More the merrier.
Well, you can walk for a little while.
The intent. If you would like me to play a merry little tune to help pass the time,
I like the sounds of nature.
I wasn't talking to you, was I?
Well, I'm the one driving the carriage, so or the wagon, so we can wait for a few minutes while you
You're the
drive.
boss of this group, right?
I'm the one driving.
I didn't realize we had
With the
elected
map.
a leader.
He's a funny man.
Listen, I don't understand why you all are giving me such a hard time, but if you want to walk, want me to walk. He looks over to Patrick and hits him on the shoulder, or well, about mid-arm, and he goes, "I'll walk." And Patrick just growl at him.
Patrick, be nice.
He says that 20 times a day, it feels like.
Patrick, play nice.
I like Patrick. I'm with Patrick.
I agree.
Well, we don't know. Like, he seems to be a pretty trustworthy guy. I think he should come.
He can walk for a while. We'll all take shifts walking.
I like her.
She's sitting up front with me, so
Everybody
You
likes
can like
her.
her from the
So
ground.
She had to get down and walk, did I?
I'm just saying.
Why don't you keep the horses going then, leader? And then
Once you start the
we'll
music,
be on
we
our
will.
way. See, you made babies cry.
That's fine.
See a young mother on the side in a cottage on the side of the road going, "Shut up! I'm trying to get him to sleep."
We have real life sound music. Sound music?
Sound music.
Sound effects. That's it.
Wonderful job.
Words.
Look at your sound music.
Good to sound. Yes.
I was like, we're gonna do the
All
things
right,
are
so I
allowed.
hop back up on the wagon, and as long as he's walking beside Patrick,
He's not walking beside Patrick. He's just walking.
as long as he's walking.
After the assistance, my character will walk closer to yours.
Yep.
Camaraderie.
Well, you seem to be a friendly face. What's your name?
I'm Ren.
Ren.
What's your
We
name?
have Ren, Zen, and
As you heard, my name is Finn.
Oh, my
Finn and
goodness.
Ren. Oh, that sounds nice.
I like the sound of that
Yeah,
together.
that does sound very nice. So, what's your story?
Came from the western part of Faerun, and now I've decided to kind of branch off on my own, go adventuring a little bit, see a little bit more of the world.
Western part. Where's the western? What part of the west?
You know, just a small little community of elves. We mostly keep to ourselves. So, you know, it's my opportunity to go out and see the world.
I understand. Woman of mystery. I like it. So, you have your mystery for now, Ren. Maybe we can get to know each other better, and you'll share a little more.
But what's your story? You said you're a bard.
I'm Bard. I'm learning. I'm hopefully will make my way to prestigious college soon. learn the Bardic ways. I'm okay for right now. I'm willing to blow my own horn and say that I'm actually quite good, but I can always be better. But there's not much other to a bard's life other than you play music and you get gold and you have fun. But I need more than that, and I need more gold to go to college. So 10 gold is nothing to sneeze at. So I decided this was for me. And besides, how much fighting do I have to do if I have all these heroic people around me? I can just stand back and encourage, fight when necessary. But yes, that's pretty much my story. I'm actually from Baldur's Gate. Grew up there. Decided that that whole region was a little boring. I had my way to gosh, I can't. This is Ronnie talking. I always forget the name of that city. There's Baldur's Gate.
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep. Thank you.
Water deep, water
Water
wet.
Is Angela playing the monk? Is water wet? Um, but yes, made my way to Waterdeep. Had a few run-ins with a few guilds there, and decided to make my way all the way to Neverwinter to. Hopefully, they forget about me, but we'll just leave that there. We'll just say that the Zentarum is not friendly to me anymore.
I know it's like not to have good, maybe there's things you'd rather leave behind.
Oh, they are one of them. But yes, absolutely. So, how did you get mixed up with Grumpy, Grouchy, and Bossy?
You know what? I'm still asking myself that right now. I don't know if this job was actually worth the gold, but I mean, you've got to start somewhere.
You do, and I commend you for that. Yeah, but just between you and I would watch out for them. Don't want you getting grumpy, grouchy, or bossy on me. And the halfling, she's, they're all adorable. Yeah, I thought we'd all, you know, you're welcome. I didn't know you could hear me. But yes,
We can all hear him.
yeah, that's pretty much my story, and yeah, it would be nice to get on everyone's good side, but we'll work. Maybe you can help me with that.
I think you really started on the right foot there. I was like,
I just wanted to
Mostly
make sure
because you
nobody
grabbed
let
the
me
left
down.
one.
What?
Mostly because you grabbed the left one.
That's true. Stood there and
How many days is this trip?
and kicked him in the back of the head.
Are we already talking about dad jokes? Like,
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
well, I would love to hear some music.
I would too, but seems that I will say this: I'm very, very much a do one thing at a time person. So if I try to play and walk, it might not end well for my instrument or me. So, or your ears. So, but it seems that the trio of woe over there has decided that no music for now, but maybe I'll play you one later.
I would like that. It's like later when we're
We can
settling down.
arrange that.
Yeah.
So, and he just pulls out. He
really
has a
spitting
little
game.
Huh?
She's really spitting game.
She is spitting game.
We're over here like, kill him.
Like, you're grabbing his leg. You're like casting high-level spells already.
I totally
level.
thought I totally thought he was lying. Though. I thought he was totally.
I still think he's
hitchhiking.
lying.
Which he produces a small leather flask from his from inside his cloak, and he takes a swig and hands it to you.
I'm gonna
Hair
sniff
of the
it.
dog.
Be like,
Oh, it smells strong.
be like, I'm gonna pass.
Okay. He just puts it away. And as they say, hair of the dog. And away we go. Um, the sky is very blue. Wisps of white clouds are in the air. You can hear birds singing, and every once in a while you'll hear the wind whip through trees. It's a very pretty day out, and you're probably not even 5 miles away from Neverwinter now. You've walked quite a while, quite a bit. And as you've gone, you've passed other caravans, other wagons, people on foot. Some looking more worn than others. Some adventurers that have been through the ringer and barely offer you even a head nod and a wave. And then you see some excited. It seems like they're a bit rural. They live outside of Neverwinter, but they're excited to go and see the city. You see one little kid in this one particular wagon kind of poke his head up and look out and look at you all. And you see like he's got his front tooth missing. He just waves and smiles. And he's like, just does the little kid stuff, like he's shooting lightning bolts at you. And then you hear the mother that says, come on, and he turns him around and makes him pay attention to the road. And it's actually a nice trip so far.
Are we on a time restriction?
No, they said just get there safe.
Does Finn talk the entire time?
I could see him being so chatty.
Yeah.
Exactly like a chatty cat.
Mostly just to you.
Oh, all right.
He don't want to talk to them because they were kind of mean to him.
How are we?
But
Ren?
he has
He
told
openly
you
said he
through
did not want to help us
tales
fight.
of
How Ren got
his
his
father,
The
back.
one job that we were hired to do, he doesn't want to do.
He's told you about his father, his great uncle who was a great warrior and possibly king, but they don't know because he never met him. He was a great uncle, I should say. Just all kinds of different tales, and then he kind of hums along and sings a small story about a man that was a dragon who was a man. Is the way,
You
the way
prepped
it
this
goes.
much.
Huh?
Deep.
Man, that was a
Do
dragon,
what?
that
You
was a
prepped
man.
this deep.
Sometimes.
Oof.
You prepped
Uh,
Down to the song.
I get the feeling this guy's going to be with us for a while.
oh, he's gonna be your best friend.
Made a mistake.
But
mission
It's
Yeah.
never too late to make sure he doesn't finish the trip.
Wow.
He just talked about killing him like 3 or 4 times.
No, it's getting weird, man.
This group can only have one bard.
I might
Well,
not
you
help,
are
but I'm
Bard-
not
you're
going to.
You're a Bard lock. Yeah.
I might not help, but I'm definitely not going to stop you.
Be like, pull the shovel, like,
Just
Is it
turn,
time?
just
Is it
turns
time?
away.
Jeez.
I just have a stick.
But yeah. I'm looking at our resolution. Our stuff is getting bad.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But yeah, while we're traveling, we're going to go away for 5 minutes, and I'll be right back. Just because we're adjusting some things, so please don't go away. All right, so that should be better on the resolution. I can't stand it when things look
Choppy.
weird, choppy,
Twitchy.
and now I'm messing with the camera. Okay. So it's a really honestly, the environment you have is wonderful for travel. And seeing other people on the road is kind of comforting as well. I could be louder than you. No, but knowing that, well, they survived the road and there were no bandits or orcs or goblins or hobgoblins or anything like that. So maybe this is good news for you guys. Um, After a little bit of chatting your ear off, he's like, "Well, I guess I could try to make amends." And he looks at you and goes, "Hey, oh, which one? Who? How tall are you? And how tall are you?" He look. Well, both of you are big guys compared to him. He's like 5'10". He'll go. You're bossy. He's grouchy. He's grumpy. He looks up and goes, "Hey, Grouchy." And he takes out a flask and he throws it to you.
Because I did tell him my name, I do not acknowledge him calling me Grouchy.
So you're just going to let a flask hit you in the forehead.
I mean, we're moving, so it's probably going to go past me.
Let me describe the flask and drink yourself second.
Yeah, check the hole. I won't acknowledge him, but I will grab the flask.
Okay. So, I'll be honest. I call you Grouchy because in the heat of the moment, I've forgotten your name. There's a lot of things that, come along with someone assaulting you by grabbing your ankle and trying to pull you off of a wagon. A moving wagon.
And succeeded.
Fair, yeah, it's like
I'll fucking caffeine sniff. Is it poison?
Give it a sniff and find out. Is it?
I don't know.
You tell me.
would you like me to?
Can I tell what it is?
You already saw him drinking it.
I just want to know what kind of. Do I recognize what kind of alcohol it is?
Called it grog, don't you?
It's very strong. I mean, you're gonna have to do like an
Like top tier, like middle.
It's not going to smell like turpentine, but it's going to be that is not the table camera. That is me. That is not good. Um, it's as I say, it's not like crazy bad, but it is.
It wouldn't be the worst thing ever.
No, yeah, it would not be the worst thing you've ever had.
I'll take a sip from it.
Great man.
It's strong. It's true. You are from Neverwinter.
I live in a beach pirate ship.
It's true.
The bar was low.
You
Compared to what I get at the Leviathan,
what you taste though is like smoky, strong. Um, it's whiskey. But it's a very strong, like almost dwarven whiskey.
I
That,
take another sip.
and it's yeah, you do.
My sit can be a goal.
Look, if I gotta put up with a conversation with this man,
Wow, that was mean. That was mean to me. He says, if you're going to drink with me, what is your name? Zen. Thank you, Zen. Well, wow, there are so many rhyming names in this group. I'm going to have to change mine. Ren, Zen, and Finn. So you can call me by my given name, Finley, if you so choose. But most people call me, Finn. But since we have a Ren and a Zen, you can call me Finley. Finley. Finnley. Finley.
and we
Yes.
now we're about how many hours outside of town?
5 miles. You're probably a couple hours outside of town.
Now we're about 5 hours outside the city. At this point, on call, we're gonna have a real lonely walk back.
Okay.
Did you actually get hired for this job, or did you just want to ride with me?
The young, or no, not the young, but the old man, who was a dwarf, told me that I was hired. Now,
Insight check.
I was gonna
Can
say.
I insight that?
what you were the one flirting with him anyway.
We all have our ways to learn his secrets.
I can flirt doesn't mean I'm not going to be suspicious.
It's true. We know. Now we know what kind of man Grin likes. She likes the mysterious.
Serious and women types.
Then she'll be going after your character. Boom! No, I'm kidding.
She didn't say she had good taste.
Yeah, I didn't say I didn't. Yeah.
Can
At
I
this point, I'm
insight
like,
that?
ooh.
Are you inside? What were you inciting?
Did he actually get told he was hired?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Insight 12.
12. What'd you get?
Oh, I didn't.
You said you wanted to incite it as well.
12.
Honestly, you all look at him. There is no sweat other than the sweat from walking. There is no twitches. There's no facial movements. He looks at you dead in the eyes and he says, "The dwarven gentleman hired me for the job. Said I could come." And then, once I jumped on the wagon, that's when the Inquisition started. And he does this for the flask. And then he looks and goes, "Especially you, Grouchy." Or wait a minute, are you grumpy? I can't remember. I've had too much.
He will catch it, and without smelling it, will chug the whole thing.
All right.
He does not know what it is.
I just give a slow clap.
And then you just see Finley go, really? Okay. He reaches in the other side of his cloak and produces another one, takes a sip, and puts it back. Got to be prepared. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage. Are you a heavy drinker, or not a heavy drinker? But is your character a drinker? No,
He does not
disadvantage. I didn't think he was. Yeah.
He has never. No. Where am I saving? There's
So yeah, it would normally match your.
so 15 and 7.
7. You all watch as the young man that hasn't you all haven't introduced yourselves yet goes absolutely green, and you cough and sputter and drop the flask on the ground, and you hear because it burns so much. And to you, it does taste like what you think turpentine would taste like. And immediately you run off the road into the bushes, and you all hear.
Can I not run to the bush? It's going to be like right on the road.
Do you think your character would run to the bushes or just be on the road?
Just on the road.
All right.
I think he would just be like, "What's happening?"
Yeah, I think you all okay. So at that point, if he doesn't run into the bushes, he would just vomit in the middle of the road, and it is eggs and brown liquor and whatever he had this morning for breakfast, and you are ill, and you rubber legs the whole nine, and you can almost feel it coming back up again, and it's bad.
He's basically gonna.
You're holding on to the side of the thing. Yeah.
He's gonna very almost cross-eyed, confusedly point at Finn and be like, "He tried to poison me."
Was it poison? No, I think you did that yourself.
He doesn't know.
I think you did that to yourself.
He had a negative reaction to this liquid.
Dwarven whiskey isn't something to be messed with, young man.
Unless you're a dwarf.
Unless you're a dwarf.
He's not a dwarf, right? He's human, right?
He's human. That's why he sips it.
My character does not know.
I know, yeah. He's just like, oh, you lost my... Oh, no, there it is. The flask is laying in the puddle. It's like,
that's exactly right.
I will buy another one.
I will, honestly, just because of that, I will cast prestidigitation.
On the flask?
Yes. And
Oh, thank you.
Get it off himself.
Thank you. I'm gonna very wobbly, kind of throw my top half into the wagon and just kind of let my toes drag on the on the road.
He walks by and taps you, goes, no riding, and just keeps on going.
Ignored.
Yeah.
I have bigger problems.
What's your name, kid?
While I'm trying.
Yeah.
He's just gonna go. Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh dear. He takes a little vial out of a pouch on his belt, and he goes. You see it flip like a coin, and he hands it to you, and he uncorks it and holds it under your nose.
Is it like smelling sauce?
It's not smelling sauce. It smells sweet.
It smells sweet. So he'll inhale.
Drink it.
Boys.
You have to trust me.
Just let me die. And it's gonna take it from him. Start drinking it.
You feel better.
Oh, perfect.
It takes an edge off of that. So you still tummy rumble,
Still
tummy
hanging out the
rumbles,
back of the
and
wagon.
still kind of limping a little bit. But it's kind of like
It's like when
you could almost call it a really small healing potion, health potion, but it's not. It's more of like a viral, what's it called, antitoxin. Because alcohol is basically just toxin.
He keeps trying to get. How old does this guy look?
Oh, he's about your age.
Okay, I was about to say. Wait a second.
It's
Like
annoying, yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna let it go for now, but you get that message in the top left, who dear remembers that?
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Right next to it, there's one that says Zen approves.
A new driver. Have y'all not? Have you really walked this far and not talked to each other that much?
You've done a lot of the talking.
We couldn't get a word in it.
You just rest. He says, "You just rest." Lightweight. So I will say this: these horses are strong. We have an ill one on his own accord. Patrick, he yells over to Patrick, do you care to lend a hand? And Patrick basically grabs you by the knees and goes, "Nyeh," and just yeets you, flips you into the wagon, yeets you into the wagon.
Land super hard and you just hear,
Thanks. Your name? Where are you from?
Not from here.
Well, now the mystery then. Yes, I noticed. Is that all you care to share?
Where I'm from doesn't matter. It's the adventures and stories I have to tell about it.
Here. I like your attitude, especially if you don't particularly want to care to share your story now. No one's forcing you, and it's always good to look towards the future.
Did he just have the stick? Or is it just the stick?
It's just a stick.
I would say
It's just a stick. It's a sturdy stick. Special to you, or maybe
When is that?
when the time is right. Oh,
Can't wait to see you complete it then.
well, let's hope you don't want to.
Oh,
that's
we should
this.
pitch you. Pitch you shorts in front of your friend.
Let's hope it's a smooth ride.
Oh, just out. Oh, for the first time, seeing the world, adventuring. Lots to take in. Her farm is pretty remote, so it's been a lot to see. But you, where did you go?
Why are you doing that?
I've done some.
Oh, that was so loud on the stream. That died.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully you caught the flash better than you did the mic.
It fell short.
Yeah.
You fell short.
But
I don't want to pop it up like you did earlier.
Here. There we go. Yeah. From Neverwinter. Started traveling just cause. It's great to visit, but living there gets real old real fast.
I can see that.
Did some
I can
traveling.
relate.
Back in town for a while. This is an excuse to get back on the road.
Well, Lalia, what's in the back?
You want to see my collection? So she like,
I'm
is it
kind of concerned about it now.
is it a human or otherness?
Is it now or was it ever alive?
So she's gonna take off her pack really quickly and open it because it opens on the side, and she pushes it open, and it's all these drawers, and she starts opening them, and it's all this plant matter in it. So herbs and spices and fungi and all different spell components, like all this stuff that she collects on her journeys.
What do you specialize in? Is there a theme to this?
Wait, are you an alchemist of some sort?
Yeah.
Or I want to become one.
Oh,
So I'm not quite there yet, but we're getting there.
I've met a lot of alchemists.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, are any of the masters? I'm looking for one
Well,
to teach me.
the ones that I met weren't
what I was looking for, but they may be able to help you.
Cool. But yeah, so I specialize in tea. Yeah.
Is it magical tea?
It can be magical tea. And potions and brews and yeah.
Wait, you said it can be? Yeah. Okay.
And I'm gonna make all the tea shops.
That is ambitious.
Thank you.
I think it's a worthy goal, and I
Well,
hope
how
you
did,
succeed.
Thank you.
well, how
Loud
did,
snoring comes from the wagon.
Oh, you gonna be hungover.
Oh, it's so hot. So, Patrick over there. So the two of you.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Patrick.
No,
Hi,
I'm
Patrick.
Patrick.
So how did you and Patrick come to travel together? It appears the two of you knew each other.
Yeah, so I helped him out and he started following me and we kind of just adopted each other as like kind of like family members. And so yeah, he protects me and I help him out.
It's a little more than that. I was really actually quite in a low spot.
Patrick, this is the most words
I
I've
know.
ever heard you speak.
It's like, oh, Patrick
Like,
speaks.
he just comes out of nowhere with it. But it's you've heard him speak a lot. He talks to you. He don't
Way
talk
more.
to not a lot of other people. He just said she did a lot more than what she admits. It was a bad spot, and she fixed me up. So now I make sure no one messes with her. He cracks his knuckles, and he's like, "At all." He
I'm
kind
gonna
of
pat his arm and be like, "You're so sweet."
he just pats you on the head.
Noted.
So how long have y'all been traveling together?
I don't know. It's been a while. How long
A
is it?
year?
Yeah,
Or
something like
a
that.
year?
How about y'all? How long have y'all been traveling? Y'all? Did they say y'all?
They can say y'all.
Okay.
You can
This isn't, what is it, old people,
Old
those people
gods
from
of-
Appalachia?
Yeah.
You're in Appalachia.
What's the game? Old gods from...
Old Gods of Appalachia is the game. That's freaking Alabama. How many times I gotta tell you that?
Does not matter.
Continue.
How long have y'all been traveling?
It's been a couple weeks.
Few years.
Oh, wow.
Listen, I started traveling because I felt like getting out of Neverwinter.
So where have you been?
Well, I
Finn
went.
is listening very intently now.
Well, I went up north for a while. Realized that I really hated the cold, so came back down south. Got into the spine of the world. Realized that's not where I wanted to be, and came back down south. So mostly the Baldur's Gate. Spent some time in Waterdeep. Eldraine. Few cities here and there.
Those are all places on my list. I'd
Did you ever
love to
visit
travel.
Ever visit where?
Luskin.
Have you ever been to Phandelver before?
I have not been to Phandelver. Can I roll like a history to see if I've been
Sure.
to Luskin?
I'm intrigued. Leave me alone.
Oh.
Of everything I roll, this is where I roll a natural 20.
So you know for sure.
I have actually been to Luskin.
You actually have not been to Luskin.
Oh, I have not.
Because
He knows
that
for
roll
sure.
will tell you that you know it's full of pirates, bandits, scum of the earth, Mos Eisley kind of deal going on.
Sounds lovely.
Oh, not yet. You been to Luskin before?
Oh yes. I didn't like it.
Neat.
Not much gold to be made there.
So Finn,
Really?
Yeah.
I know that
Why did he do that? Yeah.
Caught him right as he was sticking some beef jerky in his mouth.
So I heard you talking to Ren, Zen, Finn, Ben. Ren. That one.
Zen, and Finley.
Sorry. So Bard College?
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
It wouldn't
Why?
so much be fun, but it is educational. But it's where I would like to go to choose my path.
I understand. Well, I heard you talking, and I understand that you got the same invitation as we did.
Well,
But,
sort of.
well, you found, or you had in possession the same invitation we did.
Yes.
But if you're not wanting to fight, if it comes up, then why were you so insistent on coming with us?
10 gold is 10 gold, my dear.
It is, but there's other ways you could have earned the same money.
Yes, but
Without
I was
risk.
able to get a ride to with good company.
So it's more about the ride then.
No, it's more about the adventure.
Okay.
I'm eating off camera now.
Can we see what instrument you play?
Sure. I'll reach into my pack and pull out a. That is actually a good question. A lyre.
Oh, I was gonna say a
Ooh.
microphone.
I'm going to play a song, and I want to see if you can keep up.
Oh,
Ooh.
I don't usually play music. Mine is more for accompaniment when I tell stories.
Oh, wonderful.
Well,
Tell you what, I shall sing a song while walking, if I can.
I was
And
going to
you
suggest
will
a quick,
tell us a story. What?
I was going to suggest, since we've been walking for a while or moving for a while, maybe we can take a little break, give the horses time to rest, and you guys can regale. Is that a wrong?
Wonderful idea.
Regale?
Regale.
That one.
You see him look up. He said, "It's about midday anyway. It's time to get some lunch. Correct?
The Cheetos.
Or do you want to eat lunch?
Is there
Food's
a
food, man.
creek or river or something nearby? Maybe
Here's
water the
back.
horses?
Huh?
To water the horses? Since we're taking a break.
Yeah, we can water the horses. Well, and you're looking for a creek or yeah.
If there's one nearby.
Well,
Well,
make
didn't they say
a
they gave us provisions
perception
for
check.
us and the animals?
Yeah, there's like
You
dried
say
meat and
what?
stuff.
Perception.
Okay. Good at that. 14.
Easy enough to spot one. Nice grassy patch. Pull the wagon off. Let the horses go. Not let them go, but you know what I mean. Let them go to the water. Nice shade under a tree where you all can eat lunch.
I'd like to scale one of the trees
Okay,
just to, take a look around once I get to the top.
please do. Make an acrobatics
To
check.
say, what do you want me to roll? Oh, what's the Kraken? Is that
That's
That's
an
a
natural
20.
20.
So
cool?
you backflip up the
So that's
tree.
a 26.
20.
You just walk up the
25,
side
sorry.
of the tree.
Yeah.
You literally take off running and then run up the tree and
That scene from Naruto.
That's the time I get the natural 20. It's like,
Right?
it's useless.
Does anybody wake me up, or am I just like sleeping in the
You're-
back?
you're just-
oh, he
you're-
could run behind you. Like I imagine, like you're face down in the wagon. He just smacks you on the butt and says, "Lunchtime." And keeps on going.
And I'll kill you.
Well,
You an
Well,
angry
that
little
sober
bug.
up first. And he keeps on walking.
I mean,
If I want to look out, ahead and see if
he's
there's
well with
anything
a
of note.
prayer flask
Perception.
Yeah,
Perception.
for his first drink.
That's an 11.
Hey,
There's nothing really
touch
that
his
sticks
ankle.
out.
He molested.
Okay.
It is beautiful land. You notice that the blue sky keeps on rolling. There's no sign of rain anytime soon. That you can see. You usually can see it, smell it coming.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it looks pretty like a nice day. Nice day for a picnic.
Can I pull out one of the flyers that we got? the section that's written in Dwarvish, does it seem longer than the one that was in Common?
About the same.
Okay. So no chance that there's maybe more detail in Dwarvish than.
I mean, ask around, see people who can speak Dwarvish.
I will ritual cast comprehend languages.
Nice.
Okay.
And just read Dwarvish, see if there's any more detail about this job.
No.
No? Okay.
Fortunately not.
The grammar's better though.
Yeah, the grammar is much better.
These aren't misspelled.
Right.
Well, Toonley says, and he just kind of plops down on the grass. Takes his lute, puts it on his lap, and starts plucking out and tuning. Oof. You know, kind of one of those things. And he begins singing, which Ronnie will not do.
Aww.
That is a 19.
So
It's
Ronnie
gonna sound
does
pretty
sing.
darn good. Yeah.
Silvery.
That is a 23.
Do it. Oh my
If
god.
you do it, then there's going to be a moment where the DM remembers these things.
That's hilarious.
And he's like, remember when you said silvery bars that time?
Which one?
Exactly.
The wizard we're fighting suddenly has silvery barbs too.
No, the wizard you're fighting has
Counterspell.
counterspell.
Counterspells your silvery barbs.
Has a reaction.
The second level
And
wizard has a
reaction.
ring of counterspell.
But in
The
response,
second level wizard has a ring of counterspells.
Oh no, he's going to
Sadness
level
on the
20. He's
stack.
going to
Huh?
Sadness on the stack.
No. So at a 23, he does really well, and he sings a song about an old man traveling the road, accompanied by 4 birds. And as the song goes along, he falls in love with a woman. Not an older man. I shouldn't say an old man. An older man falls in love with a woman, and they have a child together. And then he reveals himself to be Bahamut, the ancient, the dragon, who honestly came to people as an old man with 4 birds flying around his head. And it's good. It's more historical than anything. It legit tells the tale of it, and he makes it rhyme pretty well, you know. And he does a good job. Other than that, he just looks around and says, "Story time."
Okay. What do I need to roll?
And he tears open the bag, much like you all have of rations, and he just starts like,
I did not take proficiency in performance.
Did you not?
Just
What is
tell,
a
just
bard?
He's a storyteller, not a musician.
just tell the same story but better.
"No, he wants you to tell a story, not sing."
Okay.
Oh, I did do performance, didn't I? I'm sorry, that was a 25.
oh, so the story got better all of a sudden.
He did really, really well.
Started dancing like a solo.
That's funny.
Did a Dragon Force solo on a lute.
At the end of his song, you just hear a body hit the ground out further because Udir finally like made his way out of the wagon.
My friend is awake.
Oh, joy.
You hear in the background a half orc go, thud.
You just hear like a wheeze as the like air gets knocked out of it.
Do you think we should just throw him into the river?
Honestly,
Might help
I've
sober
seen
him
it
up.
done before. It never works out well.
Well,
In the short term, it works great, but they always remember after.
Come back like a
And you
drowned
gotta
rat.
remember, we're gonna be on the road for like 4 or 5 days.
I mean, if we tell them like you also stink, you need a bath at the same time as well as sober up.
Possible.
The entire time, you're hearing this and giggling your head off. I'm sure you are. I'd say I'm not telling you what to do. I just know you know your character well enough to know that you're giggling your head off.
Oh yeah.
I think Patrick, to hear more of her laugh and to kind of show off for everybody else, he's going to grab you by the belt
Mm-hmm.
and by the shirt
Mm-hmm.
or underneath the arm and go, "Bath Tom."
He would try to grapple
Yep.
And
him
fail.
to keep from
Okay.
that from happening.
So
At
strength
disadvantage.
versus strength.
I got a 4. I'm feeling it.
21.
Let's get above
you over.
Can I oppose that one?
Yeah, I think that would be good.
I mean, it's probably not going
How
to work.
strong
but
is
that's
the current in the river right now?
Yeah.
No,
Just like
it's
Dunkin'
not even a
Donuts.
river. It's
Okay, it's like
it's
just a creek.
It's like between a creek and a river.
Okay,
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah, stream. Thank you. Haha, stream. No, sorry.
I rolled 4. So a 5.
A 13 plus 5.
That's
18.
Like I said, it probably wouldn't work.
You're getting wet.
Yeah, that's fine.
It just goes.
Whoop.
And you land in the water.
Oh no.
Thankfully, it's deep enough for you not to face plant and break everything,
That would be bad.
Or drown.
but it is cold.
That's what I was thinking. Would that shake me from the rest of this?
Yes.
See,
That's
successful.
basically what he wanted to do as well.
No, it wasn't.
No, he went like you're useless to help protect anybody.
Oh, I thought it was just for the giggles.
No, it's you're
The
useless
giggles
to help
encouraged
anybody
it.
right now.
Yeah, the giggles
So he'll
Oh,
just
the giggles would encourage. Yeah, absolutely.
So he'll stand up with a.
Everybody in camp is having their laugh, but good-hearted. Well,
Yeah.
Finley is good-hearted. I can't speak for the rest of them.
That's what to say.
It's good-hearted from Zen. We
So-
bonded earlier, so
You did over
Sure.
shared hatred of somebody you didn't even know.
yeah.
I feel like we would have been as poorly receptive if he hadn't hopped on the back of the wagon for some reason.
I just imagined it like in a movie where somebody runs and jumps on the back of the truck that's pulling away. You know? I know. Like,
He's noticed.
We're a bunch of paranoid people.
So Udir is going to like slowly trudge. I imagine there's like ankle deep,
Squelching.
like like ankle deep, like little sludge at the bottom that he's
a little
like
bit, yeah.
wade through, and it's like difficult terrain almost. He's moving really slow, and his hair is like out of its little ponytail, and it's all just like over his face now. And so he's gonna walk up on the bank and just kind of like shake like a dog a little bit and try to get some of it off of him.
Finley's gonna pull out a little horn and go. Womp, womp.
Oh,
Go-
I was
go
about to say,
womp womps.
all right, he'll pull it right here. No, I'm just joking.
Go womp,
Hey,
womp.
he's got a rapier too.
He does have a rapier.
Why do we all have rapiers?
I don't. I have a stick.
That's because
I have
he's
a
a bard,
daggers.
and that's pretty much all he can use.
But it's the best thing he can use.
Yeah.
No, I'm not actually gonna pull a rapier. But he's gonna he is going to walk over to Patrick, and he's going to say, "What tribe are you from?"
Not from tribe. Not from a tribe. I'm from, just outside of Baldur's Gate.
Outcast.
Stayed with my mother.
Almost full. Understood. And he's going to walk a little further away from the group and like take his shirt off and wrench it out.
And Patrick's going to look at you and go, "You're no fun. What's up?"
Good.
Be nice, Patrick.
He'll start wringing out his clothes, but he does that thing where it's like you take off your shirt, you wring it off, you take off your pants, you wring it off, and he starts like stripping everything. And he's like, "Oh wait,
Like,
I was told that wasn't good," and he starts slowly like reversing it. Is that Finley?
Yeah, no. That's,
Oh, is that Patrick?
Patrick.
No, this is
He's like,
I feel like you need to hold like a sign.
This is
Finley.
Patrick.
Patrick.
When she's not looking,
Right.
I'm gonna bash your head in. But it's actually kind of nice being able to laugh and hang out and get to know one another. And it is for a few people, I guess, that weren't born in the river. But unfortunately, time does pass quick. After each of you've eaten your share of rations or out of your pack, or whatever, you realize that there's been about an hour that has passed, and you all, you even see Finn like stretched out against a tree, getting a little heavy-eyed, and he looks around and just, well, I could nap right here.
All right, let's get back on the road.
All right, it's like every time. Well,
into? Poor deer? Alright. Deer. Since you've had your turn riding, I'll take mine. And I'll hop up in the back of the wagon.
I don't
I
grab your
did
ankle.
say I did say we would take turns riding.
Well,
And
obviously
since-
you're not never like.
Well, you're either being carried or like
He'll come by and just grab you and put you on his shoulder.
Oh, bees.
usually you're up in front with me apparently.
And come by and go. Finley will come by and say there's an open seat.
I will take that seat. Hop right in.
And then he said, "Won't even offer your seat to a lady."
I'm just gonna start
And
brushing all the dust and stuff
Yeah,
off
If
my
you want a
clothes.
story, I can't walk and tell a story.
onto the story.
Speak
Well,
loud
yeah,
enough
okay,
so we
that's
can
fine.
hear up here.
Huh?
And I will tell a story about 4 adventurers that fought Tiamat in the far north.
Oh. Oh no.
Wait, did a monk get
I know this
planes
story.
to like?
No, actually.
Oh, okay.
Nope. But I know this story.
And about a shape-shifting druid who challenged Tiamat in the form of a white dragon,
Not just a white dragon.
an
but
ancient white
white dragon.
who took the form of an ancient white dragon to battle Tiamat, while a barbarian climbed down her throat.
Oh. And then Finley goes, I heard it was just into her mouth.
That's what they want you to think.
He rolled a history check, and he did pretty good. 16.
Story.
But yeah, go ahead, tell your story. Tell your story.
And how
Good story.
the only person to escape that battle, who was ever seen again on this plane, anyway, was the cleric that was there, who claims that in the course of the battle there was a bright flash of light and force, and then Tiamat, the dragon, the barbarian, and the paladin that was there all vanished, and have yet to be heard from again. Story tells that all of them, just wander the astral sea, seeking ways back to the material plane.
Some say Tiamat has found her way back to the Nine Hells, where she belongs.
All hope that she never finds her way back here again.
I will agree with you on that one. But yes, I love that story.
So Fed,
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed that your stories are more accurate or historically accurate than normal stories that are told for entertainment.
Calling a friend a liar?
I said historically accurate.
I'm just kidding. What better tale than history?
I agree.
So we can agree on that. And if anything, history should be told so we don't repeat it.
Also
Well,
learn.
the bad parts.
I agree with that.
Okay.
History definitely has a place.
It does, absolutely. So, as you travel on, there are conversations that are sparked with what, and trains that have to be caught. Apparently, if y'all didn't hear it, as a train just scared the crap out of me.
Finley runs off to hop up on it.
Bye, y'all.
Faster
Now
ride.
I train hobo. And you spent at least the last few days following the high road south from Neverwinter. Now comes the time that you just veer east along the Tribord Trail. You've encountered no trouble so far. Yes.
I'm
Do I get my
interested.
spell back since we've been
Oh
on
yeah,
the road
I'm
for
sorry.
a few
If
days?
you've done anything, we've rested. We've traveled a couple of days. Kind of going for brevity's sake, we're just going to keep going. You all have introduced one another and already to each other.
That's story time.
But you all know that this territory can be dangerous, the Tribor Trail, and bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. Uh, oh, why don't you go ahead and roll one for me?
I'll say.
You're driving. I would imagine
I
that.
had a better appearance thing.
Oh, sorry.
No.
It's right. It's in here, and I should have written everybody's down, but I have them. Heather, what's your character's name again?
Lalia?
Huh?
Lalia?
Lolly. I would imagine Lolly was back in the passenger seat now.
With me?
Yeah. And most of you all have. I mean, like, Finn would still be walking. Most of you all would probably walk. You might be in the back.
No, I
Perched
try
on
and be
top.
fair, at least for a few minutes.
Well, no, I mean, like, he would prefer to walk at this point. Mainly because he knows where most of you all know where you are now. It's the Tribor Trail, and you've heard stories of bandits and outlaws and everything else. And it helps to be a little more alert. Going for the past couple of days, you have seen, you've seen Finley get a little curious as well. He's lifted up the tarp and looked at several barrels and things are going on. He just kind of looks and he goes, there's about a dozen sacks of flour, several casks of like salted pork, 2 kegs of, and he reads it and he goes, this is strong ale. So you know it's going to dwarves. This is very strong ale. And then there's just like shovels, picks, crowbars, probably about a dozen apiece. And then 5 lanterns with a small barrel, probably about yay big, of oil. Probably fill up about 20 to 30 flasks with it. The total value of the cargo is probably no more than 100 gold. So he's just kind of like, it's a mine. They have to be mining something. I mean, the picks, the crowbars, the shovels. I bet. Oh, excuse me. I bet they found gold. Jewels,
Finley,
something.
we weren't paid to look. We were paid to deliver.
It doesn't matter if we're paid to look or deliver.
Or to wonder what it
It's okay
is.
to be curious, is it not? Is it okay to be curious?
Oh, I'm over there with him, being like,
Yes.
looking too.
I mean, to be fair, it showed up on time. It did show us everything that was in the cart.
Oh, well, I mean, did you know there was a dozen sacks of flour, or did you just
Yes,
say
actually.
there was flour?
They lifted up the tarp and showed us.
Did you count?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Aha, you didn't count, so.
Maybe we should have had an inventory list before we left.
Yeah, they probably got one there.
Yeah, he pulls out a piece of like paper and a large feather quill. No, a little quill,
Stick of charcoal.
And no, it's ink. He has a little pot of ink. And he starts writing down. It's like 12 sacks of flour.
Layla starts looking at things too.
He's like you're right next to him. He's like, yeah. Salt and pork. And he's just writing things down with you now.
I'll keep an eye on the road while we're doing this.
Okay. And after everything's said and done, you all been on the Tribor Trail for about a half a day. And as you come around a bend, actually it's going to be this way. There are 2 somethings in the road. Could be a tree stump. It could be a fallen tree, anything like that. I'm going to ask who has the highest passive perception. What's yours?
12.
12.
Passive perception?
I just realized I'm pointing at people and looking at right in the camera. What is it? 14? 12?
12, 15.
15?
Ooh.
You would notice this first.
Now I'm also driving, so.
You're also driving.
Makes sense.
And you want to keep approaching? Or do you want to stop and look and try to figure out what it is?
I stop.
Make one more. Make a perception check for me. And you would be the second to notice because you have a 14,
Do
right?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So you can
perception?
choose to do it as well, or you can help her by giving her advantage,
I got a nat 20
or you can do your own.
plus
Or
5.
my-
Do your own and see if you can see
Nope.
into their souls.
So I got a
The two natural 20s are like, I know your lineage.
They hit on fire.
So I got a nat 20 plus 5 for
So
perception.
25. What'd you
Anything
get?
else?
not that.
What'd you get?
Like an 8.
Oh, well.
Like
Like,
a family's butt.
Yeah.
what you see ahead of
Like,
you
That's pretty
is
good.
two dead horses in the middle of
Oh,
the road.
wow.
And as you continue looking, you see they're probably about 50 feet ahead of you now. If you're, even moving slowly forward, and they are blocking your path. They are placed, I wouldn't say placed, but they have fallen to where they are just kind of like in the middle of the road, and you either have to go off trail and go around or move them to keep going. And going off trail would be probably dangerous with a wagon full of stuff.
I hop
like
down.
it.
I ask, oh, you.
Lily?
Yes. I sound like that
Don't worry,
yodeling.
Wrangler.
I ask if you will stay with the horses, and I ask if Patrick and Zen and Odir, yeah, but that's what if they will.
Yeah, just say "oh dear" with a really northern accent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go climb a tree.
Yep. You mean like walk up the
Just
side?
walk up the side of
Okay,
another
make
tree.
an athletics check for me.
I'm passing that. It's a 20.
20, very good. Totally passing.
But we go
Yeah.
and start kind of looking around.
As you get, I would say 10 feet away from the wagon, maybe 15. You all notice that each horse has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it, and the woods press closer to the trail here. And you would know, and most of you all would know, because you would know this is, there's a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side. This is a great place for an ambush.
Looks like a choke point.
Well, it could be used as one, I should say.
Yeah. And that's what he's implying.
And the horses that are there, they're dead, obviously, but
So once we notice this, we start to slowly move back.
you got a mouse in your pocket over there?
Yeah, they came with me.
I
Or ask
was
them-
going to say, do you want to ask them if they want to move back, or do they want to go check the horses for
Yeah.
stuff?
Well, we stop and have a conversation of, this doesn't feel right. This is set up.
Keep an eye out. I'll take a closer look. Just keep an eye out on the floor. Make sure nothing shoots me in the back. I will move up closer to the horses to try and the arrows. How well crafted are they? Do they look like something somebody would buy in a shop, or are these like?
I want to ask you to make a history check on this.
I'm good at history. 18.
They look not well crafted at all. They look like something that came out of a tribe of orcs or goblins. But they're not long arrows like an orc belongs. They are short arrows, like a short bow.
Like a smaller creature, or
Yeah.
like.
Well, not a smaller creature, because honest to goodness, if she ran out of them and had to use them, Ren would probably be able to use these arrows in her short bow.
Okay.
You have a short bow, right?
Oh, yes, I do. Shocking.
Any tracks near?
Make a survival check.
Natural 20 plus
Plus what?
2. 22.
Okay. There are tracks everywhere. There are horse tracks. There are a couple of humanoid tracks, and there are other tracks as well. They
Where
look to
are
be
the tracks?
goblinoid. Barefoot,
Standing back up, just
long gnarled toes and feet.
just like corner of my eyes, checking the
Mm-hmm.
sides of the road as I back up back to the party. It's
Okay.
goblins.
So let's say this: you all are. You look at the. Did you pull an arrow out? Were you close enough to get to the arrows, or?
Yeah, I'd say I got close enough. If I was close enough to like tell what the tracks were, then yeah, I definitely tried to get close
and
enough
you look,
to
and the saddlebags are looted. They're torn apart.
Yeah.
On each of these horses,
like torn as in like ripped open.
like somebody just like had no time to open it, just ripped it down. And they are completely empty.
Oh no.
What did you see?
Well, one, it's goblins.
Okay.
Hold on to that. Hold on to this conversation for me. I'm sorry. I apologize.
As I get a goblin arrow in the back.
I'm going to say this.
There's no room on the door. Oh, there's our little goblin.
I did ask them to keep an eye on the road so nothing sneaks up.
They did.
I got you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you said make sure nothing shoots me in the back, and I sat and went, "Ow!" Like, how do we stop a projectile?
You're a magic
As you are looking back to say, it looks like goblins, an arrow whizzes right past your face, and you hear it thump into one of the horses. And then another one strikes you in the shoulder. And you're going to take. Thought it was over. You're going to take 3 points of piercing damage. And I'm going to ask this. It is now 10 minutes till 10. And I think I'm going to leave y'all hanging.
Ooh.
And I'm going to say we are going to call it for tonight. And we're going to pick up with a goblin ambush next week. And as you feel the arrow hit your arm, you realize that the woods on either side of you filled with goblins. It feels like you see little eyes pop up.
Do I get a chance to yell that out? Just yell out goblins.
Well,
you just got shot in the arm.
Yeah.
And they're looking at you. They're going to say, "Oh, goblins!
Yeah,
we're all screwed. Goblins are meaner than you think."
Do I hear talking? I speak goblin.
No.
I
I speak goblin.
I also speak goblin.
Speak
I also speak goblin.
Goblish.
From now on, it's not goblin as a language. It is goblish.
Wait, what was that?
Elvish, dwarvish. Why not
No,
goblish?
It's Harry Potter where it's called gobbledygook.
Gobbledygook.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Harry Potter.
So, thank you all for watching. We appreciate you. We will see you in a week. Right back here at Multiverse in Burlington, North Carolina. Is where we are. It's a gorgeous store. And we'll have our goblin attack. So thank you all very much for playing. Appreciate you. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just wasting time until I get the right thing.
Thank you, Ronnie, for DMing, and thank you, Crafton Dice.
So, thank you very much, Outlaw. We'll see y'all next week.